This is the Dollemore Daily, and I'm Jesse Dollemore. Yesterday was quite the day for Donald Trump. A lot of hand-wringing on the right. Marjorie Taylor Greene and her failed weirdo protest that went bad. She had to escape. George Santos, the same thing. Maybe he was just off to a Mets game. I guess that's not till tomorrow. But Donald Trump was on parade as exactly what we thought would happen. He was dour and in a bad mood because he was in control of other authorities. He walks through a door into the courthouse and nobody holds a door for him. It was a different situation for Donald Trump yesterday. A lot of people held that it was going to be a bigger deal. Like in the moment, like something bad was going to happen. Like people acted like yesterday was the day of his conviction or something. It was just arraignment. It was arrest. A monumental day, to be sure. But Donald Trump acted in true fashion. He acted as you would expect him to act, threatening the judge and his family in a sideways way. Don Jr. posting pictures of the judge's daughter on Truth Social. It's an all-out attack. It is an all-out assault. It is to drive fear into people who have some level of power to hold Donald Trump accountable. And MAGA world is happy with this. I'm going to read a tweet from Charlie Kirk after I play these couple of clips from Donald Trump's wild speech. But Donald Trump both attacked the judge and the judge's family, which is a green light for MAGA idiots all over the country. It's a green light for radical groups all over the country to target the judge and the judge's family. Here's that first clip about the judge, and then we'll play one where he targets the prosecutor.
Numbers, not the same place that I know, not the same place that you know. And this is where we are right now. I have a Trump-hating judge with a Trump-hating wife and family, whose daughter worked for Kamala Harris and now receives money from the Biden-Harris campaign, and a lot of it.
Interesting that the mere working for the Biden administration makes you a Trump hater. It makes you someone to be targeted for the job of your father, in this case, the judge's daughter. Is Ivanka a Biden hater who cannot be trusted because she worked in Donald Trump's administration? Trump would say no. But the same rules don't apply on the other side of the coin. This is absolutely a green light for radicals. Donald Trump is putting a target on the back of the judge and on the back of the judge's wife and daughter. And it's meant to be that way. He knows the power of his language. We know the power of his language. We witnessed what took place on January 6, 2021, when he incited a violent mob into insurrection against the country. Here he is in more muted tones, but still subtle language. It doesn't mean it's not a threat. Here he is talking about Alvin Bragg and Alvin Bragg's wife.
Indictment together. Came out today, everybody said, this is not really an indictment. There's nothing here. My lawyers came to me and they said, there's nothing here. They're not even saying what you did. The criminal is the district attorney because he illegally leaked massive amounts of grand jury information, for which he should be prosecuted, or at a minimum, he should resign. And Alvin Bragg's wife confirmed a report that claimed her husband has Trump nailed on felonies. She has since locked down her Twitter account.
Again, not as direct, but it doesn't have to be direct. If after 6 years of Donald Trump as a politician, we have not learned anything, that's on us. If you can't understand that subtlety doesn't mean that the message isn't there, then I cannot help you. That when Donald Trump says, yeah, peacefully and patriotically during his speech at the Ellipse, and yet violence still took place, one thing doesn't negate the 1,000 arrests for people trying to overthrow the United States government. It's all the other things that he said. Right after being admonished by the judge to tone it down, keep the rhetoric at bay. Let's not incite violence over this case. Let's let the justice system work itself out. And you got people in MAGA world who are running with this narrative and using also coded language about a threat. Here's Charlie Kirk. He tweeted this: Trump arraigned. Marxist wins mayoral race in Chicago and Democrats flip Supreme Court in Wisconsin. Very bad day. No spin, no BS. The country is in collapse. We need God and dutiful action. Dutiful action. What action does Charlie Kirk propose takes place? Dutiful action. It is a duty to perform whatever action he's talking about. What dutiful action is going to have anything to do with Donald Trump being arrested, charged with 34 felony counts? I'd love an explanation. You're not going to get one from Charlie Kirk because he leaves it hanging out there like a pregnant pause. They want violence, they want chaos, and they're slick about it. I was going to say they're too cowardly to just say it, but I don't want to goad them into violent rhetoric. We already have had enough of that over the course of Donald Trump's entire presidency. What do you think? I'd love to know. You can call, leave me a brief voicemail, 714-576-4054. You can absolutely email me daily at Dollemore.com. We can also just mix it up in the comments, have a conversation there. That one helps game the algorithm, which convinces YouTube or triggers YouTube to recommend this channel to new viewers, which is fantastic for the mission of this program of changing hearts and minds and defending democracy as an overarching element. If you appreciate what I do, you can support my work, help produce what I do here, become a channel member for $2 a month, or go over to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. You can also pick up some merch, some hilarious, far better design than Donald Trump's mugshot merch that he's putting out. You can get a jumpsuit orange coffee mug with his mug on it. Link will be below. I think they're probably in the merch shelf right below here too. Anyway, I love you guys. I appreciate you very much. This is probably not going to come to fruition for another year or so. We're in for a long, long ride of this kind of nonsense, and we can only hope that they don't succeed in having violence. Be genuine. Take care of one another.